my father acting like I'm the one who ruined his perfect new life. I've spent the last 6 years trying to forget a day my father sat me down in our kitchen. He told me he was moving out to find his truth with his assistant Sarah. I was 14. My mom, the woman who had supported him through medical school while juggling 2 jobs, didn't even get an apology. Just a lawyer's letter and a moving van. Fast forward to last month. I'm 20 now, working 2 jobs to put myself through college and living with my mom in a modest apartment. My dad, however, is a successful surgeon living in a gated community. He calls me maybe twice a year, usually when he needs to look like a good father for his colleagues. Then came the emergency request. He texted, demanding I attend a high-end retirement dinner he was hosting for his mentor. He insisted my presence was non-negotiable. I didn't want to go, but my mom begged me to keep the peace. Just go, be polite, and come home, she said. The restaurant was loud, filled with people in expensive suits. My dad looked polished, standing next to Sarah, who was wearing a diamond necklace that probably cost more than my car. When I walked in, he didn't ask about my classes or my job. He immediately pulled me into a corner. You look a mess, he whispered, gesturing to my clean but thrifted button-down shirt. Try to act like you have some class tonight. Sarah is trying to pivot into local politics, and we don't need your struggling student vibe bringing us down. My chest tightened, but I kept my cool. I'm just here for the dinner, Dad. During the meal, the conversation revolved around his wonderful stepchildren and their elite private school accomplishments. Every time I tried to speak, Sarah would subtly interrupt or steer the topic away from me. I felt like a prop, an accessory to his curated life. Then the speeches started. My dad stood up holding a glass of wine. He began a heartfelt tribute to his beautiful, perfect family. He looked right at me, a fake warmth in his eyes. And of course, he announced to the room, I couldn't be prouder of my son, who is finally learning the value of hard work thanks to my mentorship. The room applauded. I felt like throwing up. He was taking credit for my independence, claiming he had mentored me when he hadn't even called on my birthday. I looked at Sarah, who was wearing a smug, practiced smile. I realized then that I wasn't there for a dinner. I was there to be rebranded as a success story for his ego. I stood up. The table went quiet. I'm sorry, Dad, I said, my voice steady, but I can't let you lie to these people. You haven't mentored me. You haven't even paid for my tuition. I worked 3 jobs while you were buying diamond necklaces. The silence was deafening. My dad's face turned a shade of purple I'd never seen before. Sarah dropped her fork, the clatter echoing like a gunshot. Get out, he hissed, his mask slitting. You're embarrassing me. I'm not embarrassing you, Dad, I replied, grabbing my coat. I'm just reminding you who I am. I walked out of that restaurant, and for the first time in years, I felt like I could actually breathe. I didn't look back. My phone blew up with messages from him all night, calling me a traitor and threatening to cut off the minimal health insurance he still paid for. I blocked his number before the taxi reached my apartment. I sat with my mom later, drinking tea in our quiet kitchen. She didn't ask what happened. She just hugged me. She knew. Sometimes, walking away is the only way to find your own path. 3. Final emotional line. You can't build a real legacy on a foundation of lies.